Hello class. So first off, I know this is our first instructional video of me doing it and then you guys trying to try this stuff out. This is some friendly reminders, things we talked about in the classroom. You should have your notebook with you. Make sure you have a pencil, pen, something to write with, and any highlighters or any other colors you may use to label your notes more effectively for you. So any way you try to customize your notes, make sure those things are available. In addition, for this video in particular, make sure you have a ruler with you as well, since we'll be going over scale drawing. Now, where we have been working on basic operations, problem solving with rational numbers. Now we're going to be doing scale drawing and basic principles of geometry. And where we're going with this, the Day of the Dead mask making. I know a lot of you guys are really excited about it, and I'm really excited to get there. But before we get there to the Day of the Dead mask making, we have to go over scale drawing. Now put this in your notes. Scale drawing is the ability to reproduce a model at a given scale. Once again, scale drawing is the ability to reproduce a model at a given scale. Example, let's say we drew a 2-inch by 2-inch square. So I'm going to draw my 2-inch by 2-inch square on my paper here. This is something you should put in your notes. Doesn't have to be perfect, just get as close as you can. Make sure you're measuring on your ruler correctly, using 2 fingers to hold it down, not a full hand. Now, once you have your square drawn, make sure it's labeled 2 and 2. So this is 2 inches by 2 inches. Now, this is a 2 by 2 inch square. What I want you to do next is draw another square and double it. So to double on both sides, it'd be 2 times 2 is 4. And then once again, 2 times 2 is 4. Hold your ruler down firmly and draw out your square. Does not have to be perfect, doesn't have to be perfect. This is just simply for demonstration purposes or for your notes. So don't be scrutinizing yourself too much. So this is 4 inches now and 4 inches. What we did was we took our 2-inch by 2-inch square and increased it to 4-inch by 4-inch. Now let's give this a scale. Let's say for our first one here, 2 inches equals 1 foot. 2 inches equals 1 foot. So this is 1 foot and this is 1 foot. So it's a 1 foot by 1 foot square in real life. If, for example, if we were to think about this being like a base for baseball or softball, in real life this would be 1 foot by 1 foot. On our piece of paper, we drew it at a 2-inch by 2-inch scale. So in this case, 2 inches equals 1 foot. Now, if we were to move over here and look at our 4 by 4 square, what we have here is that we doubled it in size. If we doubled it in size, that means we went from 2 inches to 4 inches. We increased our proportion or the scale of our drawing that relates to our base. It's still 1 foot by 1 foot. With that said, that means that we have 4 inches is equal to 1 foot. This is our scale here, and this is our scale here. Still means each side is still 1 foot. And the only thing that changed is our scale here is 4 inches equals 1 foot versus 2 inches equals 1 foot. Now, let's look at a triangle example. A little food for thought here. Let's look at a different type of shape here. Let's look at a triangle. Once again, we're going to use our ruler. And let's make a triangle. Start with the base of the triangle. Start with the base. And do 2 inches by 2 inches. Now remember, this doesn't have to be perfect. This has to be approximate, and this is for our notes and demonstration purposes. It doesn't have to be perfect. So this is 2 inches here and 2 inches here. Now let's increase this again to 4. So let's start with our base, the base part of our triangle first. 4 inches. 4 inches, 4 inches. On an additional note, all sides for our 2-inch by 2-inch triangle and a 4 by 4 triangle here All sides are 2 by 2 by 2 or 4 by 4 by 4, which makes it an equilateral or equivalent triangle. So in this case, we got 4 inches and 4 inches. Once again, our scale here, let's say we're looking at bases again, or let's say we're looking at different types of typography we might see in a wall or shapes we might see in a wall for any type of graphic design. And 2 inches is equivalent to 1 foot. Just as here, we have 4 inches and 4 inches, we doubled the size of this. That means 4 inches is equivalent to 1 foot. Now, let's say we want to double it again and make a massive triangle. And still a 1 foot by 1 foot triangle. What we need to do is do an 8-inch side for each part of the triangle. Once again, approximate. Make sure you hold your ruler down firmly and get it approximately correct. Like you see here, my one side here is a little short, but that's okay. It's for demonstration purposes. I have to be 100% exact. So we have 8 inches and 8 inches. If you have graph paper available, this also would be something to be able to use that makes this a bit more simple to draw your shapes, but for just doing our notes and demonstration purposes, the point is understanding the scale. So this is equivalent to 1 foot again and 1 foot. Or you could say that we have 8 inches equals 1 foot for our scale. So here's your example here. We'll go up in scale. We start with a really small shape, a really small triangle, 2 inches by 2 inches. So 2 inches equals 1 foot. This triangle here is equivalent by 1 foot on every side. Same thing with this triangle. Even though it's increased in size in our paper, in real life it's 1 foot in each side. And as we move forward, once again, let's say we increased it in size again and doubled it. It's 1 foot is equivalent each side, which is the reason why 2 inches equals 1 foot, and then 4 inches equals 1 foot, and then 8 inches equals 1 foot. Now, what I would like for you guys to do, in result of seeing our 2 different examples here, squeeze both those in the screen there. In result of seeing both our examples, I challenge you now to take your own shape or choose a design or something different that you've seen in a drawing book, or if you sketched in something in a drawing book and you want to try to increase the size of something. It could be a logo, you could think of tattoos, you could think of photos. If you want to try to test out photos on your iPhone, that'd be a good example. And I want you to actually create your own increase in proportion here, where something stays the same size in real life, but on the paper, we're increasing the actual proportion that we see it in on the paper, just as we do with our triangles and squares. That is your challenge for next class. I highly encourage you, if you'd like, to look up different videos on YouTube, look on different things for any type of resources you can think of. Once again, check our Google Classroom. Mahalo, everyone. I look forward to seeing what you guys got for next class.